Good morning, everyone. This is Financial Literacy 101. And today I'm going to talk about a company that has yet to release on the stock market, whether it be the S&P 500, the NASDAQ, or the New York Stock Exchange. But this is one of the strategies that I use, and I'm still owing my members. So if you're a member of my channel, I'm still owing you a video. But take in account that this information is very vital for your stock future and your investments. Now, I know a lot of you see the market right now. The market is kind of like in the correction, the pullback date. There's a lot of information out on how inflation may play a role in the way people go about spending this particular year. So with that information, the market is in the pullback date. So today we're going to be talking about Witricity. Witricity is a company that spawned from MIT, Massachusetts Institute of Technology, back in 2009 timeframe. And they mostly are dealing with wireless electric vehicle technology. And we're going to get into it. We're going to break this stock down because, again, this stock has yet to release. And this is some of the research. This is some of the fact finding I like to do. I like to look towards the future when I'm thinking about investing inside stocks. And then when I hear remnants, when I get little pieces of information, I keep my eye on these particular stocks and I buy low. And then when it booms, I sell high. So let's get right into it. Let's talk about this particular stock. And not to bore you, I'm just going to read this a little bit here. It says, Witricity Corporation was founded back in 2007 to commercialize an exciting new technology for wireless electricity invented 2 years earlier at the Massachusetts Institute of Technology, that's MIT. They say a team of physicists led by Professor Marlon Soji developed a theoretical basis for the novel method for wireless electronic powerful transfer. This is also known as WPT, wireless power transfer. You're going to see that here today, and it talks about invalidating their theories in experiment in 2007. Now, I'm going over here, and I'm showing you, I know some people on Instagram you guys can't see, but just take my word for it. When this company comes out, ladies and gentlemen, this company is going to be booming. Now, it says this new feature is about to make electric cars way easier to use. As you can see here, here's the Witricity sign right here. This is kind of their logo, Witricity here, and you see a pad that's connected to a grid of some sort, and it's giving you the wireless power transfer information. And the key thing about this first story that I'm going over, ladies and gentlemen, is that it's backed by the SAE. Okay, we're gonna get into this. It says right here, we're not gonna read a bunch of this stuff, but we're gonna talk about vehicles like BMW, plug-in hybrid, and 2 million McLaren Speedtail are ready for the system now. So BMW and supercars like McLaren, they're ready for this particular system now. So this company is going to be very, very profitable right out the gate. Okay, they're talking about the astounding cooperation. This is more important. The SAE International Engineers Association got an astounding large group of automakers and suppliers. Here I am to cooperate to develop the universal charging system. The first step in making it affordable and easy for drivers to use, according to Kai Seal, who led on the SAE committee that created the standard. So the SAE committee is what created a standard for this wireless company that's coming out of Witricity. Okay. Here's the pad here. I'm going to show people on Instagram as you guys look at this. This is similar to the pad that a car like a BMW is going to roll over that particular wireless charging pad. There's going to be no cords that are going to be hooked up. They're going to roll over this particular pad and it's going to charge the vehicle. And it states right here, it says that SAE, previously Society of Automotive Engineers, that's what SAE means, Society of Automotive Engineers, is responsible for creating most of the standards that help drivers figure out everything from which oil to buy to how big a trailer their truck can tow safely. So the WPT standard is SAE J2954 for those of you scoring at home, okay? And they're talking about this, how much is going to be like 94%. I'm down here, charging efficiency up to 94%. Now, that's pretty good when you have this new technology of wireless technology for your vehicle, where you just simply roll over a pad. And the cool thing about this, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be for your home and also industrial purposes. The charging pad can be equipped to guide the vehicle into place. So essentially, you can get out of your vehicle and your vehicle will automatically, autonomously drive over the pad in the perfect spot in order for it to be charged. And it says here, the pads can be used at home or in commercial parking spaces. That is absolutely astounding and phenomenal. The plan is that an EV from the automaker could charge from a pad made by any supplier at any charging station. Okay, they're making this total universal, which is a great thing for all these people with all these different electric vehicle, with all these different electric vehicle inputs. When it comes to wireless charging, it's going to be wireless, kind of like the QI standard that you see a lot of companies that are involved with. We're going to get into that as well. That's similar to the current hardwired system where all automakers except Tesla use a standard plug to charge. Now, look for Tesla to do this as well. Tesla is an automaker. They're bold, they're bashful, but they're not arrogant. They're not arrogant. In my opinion, Tesla's not arrogant. You will see Tesla starting to input this technology in their particular cars as we go over this list of cars that already have this technology actually inside it. And they're just waiting for the industry to be built. Because again, ladies and gentlemen, it's wireless. We all like wireless. I mean, whether you agree with me or not. And here's some of the car makers that already have this technology. It says automakers and tier one supporting SAE WP standardization. Again, WPT means wireless power transfer. What's going on, Cashman, on Instagram? How you guys are doing? So let's move on. So automakers with this wireless power transfer are BMW, Daimler, Fiat Chrysler, Ford, GM, Honda, Jaguar, Karma, Mitsubishi, Nissan, Toyota. And they have all these EIMs, and it says the tier one technology suppliers. I know you guys are familiar if you're in the tech world, like TDK, Panasonic, Magna, LG, Delphi, Toshiba, and then Witricity, Wave, Qualcomm, Momentum. Those are named some of the popular ones, to say the least. Okay, that's enough with that particular story. We're moving on. Here's another thing I want to point out to you guys. When it comes of who is backing this, it says right here that Witricity, the industry pioneer in efficient wireless power transfer over distance, today announced it has closed a $34 million investment in round one, stage one ventures led the round with participation from Airways Electricity and a strategic investment by who? Mitsubishi Corporation. Now, I must say this, unfortunately, I've been trying to find where you can invest in Mitsubishi Corporation, but unfortunately, I've been unsuccessful because it's not listed on Robinhood. And this will show you guys this so you guys can see it. They're doing pretty well. Okay, they're not doing too bad at all. So in the past 5 years, in the max amount of years here, they've been up less than 1%. But as you can tell, this stock is performing pretty good. Okay, in the past 5 days, you see the total stock market is not doing good. But if you look down here, ladies and gentlemen, I'm blow this up for you, of course, so we all can see what I'm talking about. Let's put this in the middle. And here we go. So when you're looking at this, you see that it opened up at $27.81. It has a low of $27.81, but now it's up to $28.49. But the key thing here is the 52-week low and the 52-week high. The 52-week low was $18.86, where the 52-week high is essentially $10 more than that. So within the year, it's already grown $10. Now, I wonder why that is. Now, Mitsubishi Corporation is doing a lot of great things. Now, I was looking for any sort of Mitsubishi that you can actually invest in the stock market, whether it be WeBull or M1 Finance or Robinhood. So again, I went over to Robinhood, and this is the only thing I get. I get the Mitsubishi UFJ, which is a financial group. but they directly do not tie into Witricity. So that's why I say, well, let me check on my WeBull. So I went over to my WeBull and I try to type in Mitsubishi Corporation. And yes, I get the information again, but you can tell right here. Let me see if I can blow this up on here. They won't let me blow this up. This is on my desktop platform, but right here is grayed out and it says not available. Okay, it says not available. So again, this is probably an international stock. For some of you Forex trader and have international global trading platforms, I would advise you start to invest in Mitsubishi Corporation, because Mitsubishi Corporation is the one who given this company $34 million. By the way, of a subsidiary, as you can tell right here. It says Mitsubishi Corporation through its subsidiaries, Mitsubishi Corporation Americas. The infusion of capital will enable Witricity to continue its leading edge wireless power platform development, expand its intellectual property portfolio, and capitalize on the commercial momentum for wireless charging electricity and in broad mobility market. When we talk about intellectual property, dude, this people are getting paid off their plan. They're getting paid off their ideas and off their thoughts. That's basically what intellectual property is, because it's intellectual. It goes into saying policymakers around the world committed to reducing carbon emissions, and nearly every automaker is expanding their electrified vehicle roadmap to make EVs more user-friendly and appealing to mass marketing, okay? And it goes into some other stuff, talking about some vehicles here and there. But nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen, I'm giving you this information now because a lot of you, when I gave out the information on NEO, when I gave out information on Plug Power, you guys like, oh, man, we need a stock like that. But see, the information I'm giving you guys is based upon a kind of like all the information I get in my emails, all the information that I'm researching. And again, I look out towards the future and of things that are popping currently in today's markets. So that's how I'm making good money on some of my investment, where Plug and NEO, I'm over 200% of a return. So I'm making, and I'll show you here as I look at my portfolio, and I will show you my stock return percentages when it comes to NEO. Now, NEO is down, but I'm still up 145%, okay? So when we're looking at my portfolio, and I'm going to break this down very quickly because we're going to continue on. Now, the whole market is tanking. For whatever reason, someone took a dump, someone farted inside the Congress room. I don't know. Something is going on, but nonetheless, I'm going to stay in the market. I'm not going to do anything right now. I'm just holding all of my positions. So you see my total return is $4,839, and I'm up 146%. Now, my total cost for me was $3,300. That's all I invested with was $3,300. But look at my market value. My market value is $8,100. So that tells you right off the bat that I've essentially my gains, my profit is around $45,000. So $4,800 is my profit. So again, it's very imperative that you get stocks at a very low price. So as we look at NEO is $54. It says my average cost was $22. Okay, but I have 150 shares. But what I'm telling you is I started buying NEO around $3 or $4. Now, I didn't go all in and buy my 150, because if not, I'd probably be over 300% when it comes to this particular stock. And that's when you start to make a lot of money, where you are dropping $1,000, $2,000 on the $3 to $4 share, and you just hold. You just hold. Nothing is making you impatient about your investments. A lot of you are watching your investments each and every day, and you're like, oh, man, I should sell. The market is tanking. History states that the market, if you look at it, the timelines on any particular stock, just like with the pandemic, most stocks drop and then they bounce right back and are performing at the same rate, if not a better rate than they were prior to the pandemic. So that's what we need to understand, is having very good patience when it comes to investing, and not letting your emotions charge your trading techniques. Not letting your emotions charge your trading techniques. Let's move on with Witricity. I just want to give you a little more information, because again, this is a stock that is on the verge of a possible IPO. And I want to give this information out now so people say, hey, I knew about this and I should have invested, or you did invest, okay? And it says here, all of the electric power with none of the wires. If Witricity succeed, here we go. If Witricity succeeds in developing the future of electricity, it could be bright and wireless. Okay, here's one of their wireless pads when it comes to a charging device. And we know that people have this technology, and they're talking about they got a new CEO. They're talking about how companies like this, the history of transmitting electricity wireless goes over all the way back to Nikola Tesla. And it talks about he made audacious claims about being able to transmit electricity over unlimited distances. So this is very, very old technology when it comes to the intellectual property sense of it. But now they're putting into practice this technology that Nikola Tesla actually started talking about. But he never quite demonstrated it, or at least not enough to make a commercial use for it. And it says here, Witricity is a great application, has opportunity to really make a big difference in certain situations, including some of the classic problems of rural, poor environments or shelter after a national disaster. So they're talking about this technology very, very aggressively. And it talks about here how companies are opening up. It says raised about $45 million. Ladies and gentlemen, this is how you start to get the information in order to make those very well-informed, intelligent investment decisions. So you should really be looking out for this particular company. And again, I want to give you one more bit of information here about this particular company, so you guys are well informed. It says here, privately held, not publicly yet, because we understand that IPO means initial public offering. It says privately held Witricity, short for wireless electricity, has garnered a great deal of buzz since it was a spin-off from an MIT. The company hasn't announced an IPO. You see that, and I'm looking to the company already. This is phenomenal for you guys because it's not. But believe me, it's going public. Listen to what I'm saying. I'm not indicating that I have any insider knowledge, but I'm telling you right now, it's going public. Just to let you know, okay? Just to let you know. But you can be sure we'll be hitting a offering. The company hired a new CEO in April. And then it says privately held PowerMech Technologies is also a name to watch. You see that? And we're going to get into Power Technology is also a name to watch. It is granted for a slate of new products with partner Procter & Gamble. Listen to all these names. I'm giving you this information, ladies and gentlemen. Listen to me. All this information that's contained in this one little excerpt from a news report. These companies, you should be like this. What did he say? Let me rewind this video. We're talking about PG for Procter & Gamble, but you also need to look at PowerMech Technologies. They're not public yet. You should be writing that down. And we're going to get into some other names that all of these companies are moving into the electric vehicle market. Ladies and gentlemen, when I tell you, when they get away from gas and everything becomes electronic, and a lot of you, I don't care if you like gas over electric, it doesn't matter. We're talking about money on this channel. So when we're talking about money, listen to what I'm saying. When you start seeing 25% of the cars on the road are it runs off electricity, it's a game changer. It's over. It's over for gas vehicles when you see 25% or more of electric vehicles. And here's the thing. When you start to think, man, them electric vehicles are pretty cool. When you start really thinking about it, right? When you really start thinking about it, you already know the industry has changed for the better when it comes to investments, okay? You buying an electric vehicle, that's on your own accord. But when we're talking about this money, we're talking about the future, okay? So let's get back into this because I want to give you all of these companies that I believe can absolutely help you. We got Procter & Gamble. It says Giler, the firm's Duracell brand. Speaking on battery makers such as Duracell Energy Holdings. See, Duracell and Energizer are in business together. And that ticker is ENR, okay? Also known, it also has a shown interest in what? WPT, wireless power transfer. The same thing as Witricity. Then it says this, you should be writing these down. A group of companies including Nokia, Verizon, it says Leggett & Platt, Texas Instruments have joined forces as part of the Wireless Power Consortium, backing a standardized platform known as QI, which is crucial for WPT, wireless power transfer ecosystems, to truly evolve. And then talking about these other companies, it says other privately held WPT companies that may pursue an IPO. And here's that information. You got Power by Proxy, Wave, Humovox, PowerCast, Laser Mode, and Y-Charge. I know about this particular company. So ladies and gentlemen, when I'm giving you this information, this last segment that I'm covering right here is absolutely imperative for you to invest in. Because when you talk about Procter & Gamble, you know, a lot of your kitchen appliances, a lot of those things are made by Procter & Gamble or Unilever. And they're getting to the electric vehicle market by the way of a wireless power transfer of a charging pad. And for you guys who are just tuning in, and I'm going to show you how this wireless charging pad looks. They already have them out here doing their thing. So that's the way it looks. Your vehicle drives over the wireless charging pad, and it can charge up to 94% right now. But about time this information hits mainstream media and these companies become public with an IPO, I guarantee it would be around 98 to 100%. It would be 98 to around 100%. And ladies and gentlemen, this is the wave of the future. You guys should be writing those companies down. And I'm going to go right back over it one more time. This for those particular companies, because I want you guys not to miss your opportunity to invest. Okay. So we're going to go back to this paragraph. We're going to look at these companies one more time. I'm going to quickly pull these companies out. That is PG, which is Procter & Gamble. Then you have Duracell, Energizer Holding. That ticker is ENR. And then you have Nokia, Verizon, Texas Instruments. You have Leggett & Platt, which is part of the Wireless Power Consortium that does what? WPT, Wireless Power Transfer. And then we're going to go over and we're going to look at PG and we're going to look at ENR, which is Energizer. So let's look at PG. Let's look at Procter & Gamble. Now, again, the whole market is in a correction at this particular moment. And you see that's already up. Okay, let's see how they've been doing the past month. So they've been down, but you should be looking for these companies. So over the past 5 years, Procter & Gamble has been up 54%. The past year, they've been up only 1%. The pandemic has really done a lot to these companies. But again, look at this. Procter & Gamble has been around since 1837. So look out for that company. Then the last one that I want to quickly go over is NER, which is Energizer. Give me 1 second here. Energizer. There we go. Energizer stock prices right now is $43.43. Over the past 5 years, it's been up to 17%. The past year, 14, down 14 rather. Past 3 months, up 4.6, so around 5%. The past month, down 11%. The past week, around 8%. And then today, of course, the whole market is down. And I know a lot of you like, man, all those stocks are down. But here's the thing. When new technology comes out and there's a lot of people with their hand in the cookie jar, meaning they're like doing shell, they're either shell investor or private investors where they like giving that particular company like Witricity $34 million, $45 million. Believe me, they're getting their money back, which also helped their stock price to tick up and in profit. But me personally, what I'm looking at is the release of the IPO of Witricity. That is what I'm looking at. That is what I'm waiting for. I'm not going to get into any of those other companies, but I'm just letting you guys know those companies may do well. Those companies may be well as Witricity IPO is being released. Okay. So let's see what you, ladies and gentlemen, are talking about. Good morning, Lakeisha C. Oh, she said, oh, wow. Yeah. I mean, this particular company, again, has not become public. I want to make that very frank. I want to make that very clear. But the future tells me, and again, I don't have insider knowledge about this stock. It's coming public. Okay, it's coming public. But again, I'm going to show you something from my email, what I do. And I've done this before. I don't do this a lot. Maybe I should implement this so you guys can absolutely do this for you. So you will get all the information just as quick as I get it, okay? Give me 1 second here. Where is some information? Let's see. I haven't had an email today, but usually I have Google IPOs coming to my particular email, and I'm trying to show you an example very quickly. Let's see. Let me see if I can just do a quick Google search in Google. And I'm going to show you how I'm going to show you. Okay, here it is right here. All right. So let me break this down for you. I signed up for Google Alerts that tells me about IPOs. Anything that comes as an IPO, okay? Anything that comes at an IPO, I don't know if I can do a full page with this so you guys can see better. But what it does, any IPO that's released, I know about. Now, this is pretty old. This is September because I delete them as they come in because they can really, bog down your inbox. So I do delete them. So this is probably the last time I didn't delete one. This one I was looking at Snowflake. Remember I gave the review on Snowflake, and I also did a review on Amwell. So I signed up for Google Alerts. Okay, that's where you go to, Google Alerts, and you signed up for IPO. So every IPO that's released, like Salesforce, the Snowflake IPO that made Salesforce and Warren Buffett bullish, I get all of this information. I read all of these stories, and then I give you guys stock reviews. Now, granted, I do get my information from other sources, but I assure you this is one of my main sources with Google IPO. And then what I like about is you can sign up for alerts for any stock that you like. So I signed up for Google Tesla alert. Let's see if I have an example. I don't. I deleted them all. But you can go to Google Alerts and have alerts about anything Tesla, anything about this company. So essentially, I might go in and do a Google alert for Witricity. So anytime something happened with Witricity, I'll get the information. So again, that's Google Alerts, and then you signed up for IPOs. Okay, initial public offerings is one of the best things I've done. It kept me really well informed. I'm waiting for it to load again. Give me 1 second here. Okay, it's taking its time. Don't know what's going on. Give me 1 second, family. Just trying to give you the information. That way you guys can go do some of your own research, because sometimes you have some downtime. And here we go. Remember I gave you guys information about Xpeng? So when I saw this IPO on Xpeng, I went to go do all the research. Okay, I'm going to go do all the research on this particular billion-dollar Chinese electric vehicle car company. And that's, you see what I'm saying? So this was back in August 2020. What else here? IPO calendar. You got the US IPO calendar. So you guys can look out for that too. And I'm gonna get into that. Airbnb files, confidential paperwork for an IPO. Remember I gave that information out. So you see, there's no secrets to my sauce, ladies and gentlemen. The point is, people are not willing to do the research. People are not willing to go and search and find and read particular stories in order to get the information to make them a well-informed investor. See, me, I have the time. I'll go and read all of these stories. Like, I don't believe that's a good stock review. I don't believe that's a good stock. But a company like Witricity, which this stock review is all about, you should be keeping your eyes on this. And you should do a Google alert, okay? You should do a Google alert when it comes to that particular one, okay? So let me show you another place where I go. One more place before I head out. This is called The Street, and it's IPOs on the street. So this is an example, and it talks about all of these companies. Remember LI Auto? Remember that? You saw that one there. There's LI Auto. Okay, stop doing that. What else have we went over on this? We went on a few of them. Okay, we see Xpeng. The ticker is XPEV. We've seen that one as well. Let's see what else. And it tell you about the performance of the IPO, the terms. And again, I'm just giving you the information here, but I don't want to bore you. I don't want to bore you because this is what I kind of go through by myself, and it goes through all the IPO information. And we know, ladies and gentlemen, IPO is simply initial public offerings. I know most people come to this channel, they try to get the information for that particular stock and see if they're going to invest in that. But this is good information for you guys who essentially don't want to just wait for me. You want to kind of go do your own research, but you still want to tune in and get the information as well. But nonetheless, these are some of my sources that I use, and hopefully you can find some value in that as well. And members, I will be releasing a video today. I apologize for all the members of my channel that I have not produced anything for this particular month, but it's been a crazy month. Not only for the pandemic, not only for the winter storm, but here in the Ross household. No, I'm kidding. But nonetheless, ladies and gentlemen, that is your stock review for today. This is Financial Literacy 101. Learn money and be inspired. You guys have a great day. I'm out.